Hey guys, it's Robin from The Balanced Life, and I'm doing a quick Q&A Wednesday video for you today. So I'm going to try to keep it brief and to the point because I tend to ramble, but my hope is to answer your questions that you have. I get a lot via email, and I also posted a blog post and some social media posts a while back asking for your questions, and I got a lot of good ones. So we'll start today with a question from Becca. Becca asks, how do you prioritize marriage and family over feeling like work and house stuff is never done? Okay, this is a really good question because as you guys know, I work from home, or I guess just I have a non-traditional job. Sometimes I'm here, sometimes I'm in the studio. So I'm pretty much a stay-at-home mom as well. So it's a lot to juggle. And I've made some serious changes in this regard over the past few months. So the first thing I would say is that every season is different, especially with a little one. I think that about every 3 months, something has to change, or at least that's how it's been for us. The newborn stage, I was able to work from home. It was beautiful, it was easy, and it was fun. As she got a little bit more mobile, things had to change. I adapted. Now that she's a toddler, my daughter's almost 2, and I'm pregnant, things had to change again. And of course, if you're married, based on your spouse and their situation, things may have to adjust as well. So one thing I've learned is that we constantly have to shift and make changes, and nothing is really set in stone for very long because you move on to a new stage by the time you get the hang of it. But over the past few months, I guess in February, so at the end of February, I actually decided, I haven't even said this, but I decided to take a little break from my in-person classes. So that was really, really hard for me. And if you're watching, you're one of my clients, I miss you so much, but I will be back. I just took a little break because life was feeling really, really out of balance. And one of those things that was suffering was the time I could spend with my husband. So in answering your question, how do you prioritize marriage? It's hard and it takes a lot of sacrifice. So one thing I did was I stopped my night classes because those were getting in the way of our family dinner time. I was always rushed getting home for bedtime. My husband and I never really got to sit down and have meals together. And then I was rushed after bedtime to try to finish up work. So I'm on the couch, but I'm on my laptop, and that's really not a good connection time for any relationship. So 2 things we did that were pretty significant. One, I took a break from my classes. I'm gonna go back to them, but I'm gonna change my schedule around so that it's more conducive to supporting our busier family life. 2, I hired a nanny 1 day a week. And this was hard for me because it was just a shift. I kind of have in my mind that I'm with my daughter, I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I'm not. I'm a working mom as well. And I really needed uninterrupted time so that I could then be more present in the other hours. So that was one of my New Year's resolutions, was to find focus. So I have a nanny 1 full day per week and then a couple of hours on another day. And that time is just work time for me. So I focus, I get everything done. I just sit there and work. And then that way I'm able to, when 5 o'clock rolls around, have a little bit more off time and be more present and focus on my family, focus on my kid and my husband. And oh, I also hired a house cleaner, so that helps with the house stuff too. Those are financial sacrifices. It'd be nice to save that money, but personally, it's well worth it. The peace of mind and the less stress that comes with investing in those things has been really worth it for this season of life. So that's what's working for us right now. But again, I think everyone is different, and it really just comes down to adapting and making hard decisions sometimes, because it was not easy for me to quit my classes or take a break. I'm not quitting. But it was hard. It was really hard. There were a lot of things I was sad to let go of for a season, but I do think it will pay off in terms of family life. So the next question is, I love Pilates and I think I may love it as a career someday. But at what point or fitness level do you think it's a good time to actually go ahead and get certified? So I get this question a lot as well. And there's no hard answer. I think that it's generally smart to be practicing Pilates for at least a year in a studio. with trained professionals before you consider getting certified. I just think that you have to have that hands-on teaching, someone who's kind of pouring into you, helping you understand the way the body works. Pilates is so much more than fitness. So while it may be easy to go get a fitness certification, like as an aerobics instructor or Zumba instructor, Pilates is much more focused on anatomy, the way the body works, the way the body moves, and it's really important to understand that in your own body before you go teach it to others. So I'd say at least a year of in-person training, even though you know I'm a fan of supplementing your workouts at home, online, but I just think that teacher-student relationship is really important if you then want to go be a teacher as well, so that you can learn from teachers and learn what it is you like and what you don't like and what you will do as part of your business. So that would be and it's not really about fitness level. I don't think you have to be like able to do all the most advanced things in order to be an instructor. It more comes down to understanding of how the body works and being able to take what you know and communicate it to others in order to teach them. Okay, last question. What are you doing for exercise now that you're pregnant? Another good question. Well, as you guys know, I struggled in my first trimester. I did not feel good and it was hard. All I wanted to do was eat greasy food and lay on the couch, and I did a lot of that actually. But I continued to do some mat workouts, mostly because I was filming for you guys, so I just had to power through, which I always felt better afterwards. And I tried to walk, but the weather was pretty bad. So I did some Pilates, but not a lot during my first trimester. Now that I'm in the second trimester, I feel much better. And I have set a goal for myself to make sure that I exercise 4 days a week. And that exercise can be anything that moves my body, 20 minutes to an hour, whatever it is that I get my heart rate up and I'm intentional about it. So that is usually a gentle hike, pushing my daughter in the stroller or with a friend, or a long walk, fast-paced walk to try to get my heart rate up and sweat a little bit. I'm not running because it hurts my pelvis this pregnancy. I can tell that it's moving and there's a lot of pressure there that just doesn't feel good. So I'm mostly walking and I'm doing Pilates, mostly on my reformer. I have my home studio set up and I get into the studio as well. So it's a combination, walking and Pilates. That's what I did my first pregnancy and I felt great throughout, and that's what I'm doing again. So if you have any other questions, you guys, post it in the comments and I will answer it in my next session. And I thank you for taking the time to reach out, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.